it away. A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. The Patriots offense and running back Jonathan Taylor set to take over once more. He's run well here in the first half of the season, as you see there. He's the NFL's rushing leader coming into this weekend. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor trying to shove his way forward, but brought down after a gain of a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Richardson. That's complete. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for this. It's Taylor. 17 yards, the gain there. Good for a Patriots first down.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the first down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Richardson. Brought in by Chris Olave. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
That's another Patriots first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Taylor. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Chargers 29-yard line.
On the RPO, quick throw to Olave. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
That's another Patriots.
They'll give this one to Taylor, running right. And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Go with their fullback trying to get it. And he's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson. Some determined running, but they're going to stop him short of the goal line.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down. You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the 2 sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end. Here's a 2nd and 6. Pistol here for Herbert. That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. A run with Dobbins. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Here's Dobbins. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. And we're back to Foxborough in a moment. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the gun, it's Herbert. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's on for the 2nd time. We'll try to get something inside the 10. Now, fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line. The Patriots offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. He's got this on target to Addison. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Olave is the motion man. Off the play fake, it's Richardson. He's going to look for the home run ball.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
They had the right play call. The screen goes for 15 and a 1st down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Taylor. Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They go right back to Taylor. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Here's 3rd and 7.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Ho-ho! And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line, but the official signal, he's got enough for the 1st down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
It's 2nd and inches.
A 2nd down throw for Richardson. He's got his big tight end, Henry. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Richardson going to look to throw. He'll get that one to Taylor, complete. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped. And that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play. Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Throwing, Richardson. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Junior Colson. And the Chargers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Now, after the interception, we have an injured player to look at. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now it's Dobbins. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Johnston motioning over. Herbert going to try to throw on 3rd down. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They'll give it to Dobbins. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here. 3rd and 6. Tight end going in motion here. Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Patriots offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll start with Taylor. And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down, and the linemen are already walking back. They'll run out of the gun. It's Taylor. Not much there. Stopped short of the 20. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll go play action. It's Richardson. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. 3rd and long. Richardson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
Justin Herbert back out there. He and the Chargers getting set to go once more. He's putting together a very strong first half of the season. Currently the NFL leader in touchdown passes. They'll begin here on the ground. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Herbert makes the read, decides to hang on. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage across the 50 to the 48.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight and go get that first down himself.
And he's not going to get away. They'll knock him back to his own territory. They get him on the other side of midfield.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
2 minutes remain in a 3-0 first half. We're back to Foxborough after this. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Herbert. To the right side and hauled in by McConkey. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
This pass defense, it just has to be better than this, Mike. They have to do a better job accounting for everybody in their coverages. They have to play their defense exactly according to the plan, because if not, this quarterback has enough weapons, he can spread the ball out and find the open space.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. They send the tight end in motion. Now Herbert throwing on second down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
This pains me to say, Mike, because I love the idea of feeding the tight end, but you can only go his way so many times if it's not going to result in positive outcomes. So wouldn't be surprised to see him try to get his backs, his wide receivers, get some other guys involved, and then later in the game, go back to his big tight end.
The Patriots offense and their running back set to go once more. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. Richardson to throw it here on first down. Hauled in by the tight end, Henry. And they're going to get him down right at the 25.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Junior Colson.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto it. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
The Chargers offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll start with a golden opportunity here to move out in front. Great field position to start out. It's 1st and 10. Now Herbert. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Herbert. That one complete to Johnston. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. Got his man at the 6. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. They'll try to run this one in. He slams it in there, and he is in. J.K. Dobbins. Touchdown, Los Angeles. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Makes the score Chargers 7, Patriots 3.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. The return starts from the 5. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The home team's offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. They trail by 4. Touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Throwing on 2nd down, Richardson. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And he's going to have the 1st down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
That's good for our Patriots.
Now Richardson. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Derwin James. So we've reached the intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. And it's the Packers who have the lead in that one. Josh Jacobs with both of their touchdowns thus far as he scored twice on the ground. Next, we head down to Houston to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. Nico Collins, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. As you can see, the score there in the 2nd quarter. Bucky Irving, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. We were treated to a fine first half from running back J.K. Dobbins. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half.
And
to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike
we'll see
and Greg.
If there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Chargers offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. And he has been a big play guy all season. Currently ranked among the best in the NFL in terms of receiving touchdowns. Here's a run to begin this 3rd quarter. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Herbert keeping it on the zone read. And he'll pick his way forward. A gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. Throwing now is Herbert. He gets this one complete to Johnston.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Handoff here, up the middle, and a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. They'll run it with Dobbins out of the pistol. And he's going to have a 1st down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. That's Palmer, the man in motion. From the gun, it's Herbert. He connects with Disley. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. To throw, it's Herbert. Open man is Palmer. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down, but we do have a flag on the field, and they are already walking backwards. So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face third and long. Herbert to throw. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. Looking for room out on the edge. He's not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's fourth down.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The home team's offense, and Anthony Richardson getting ready for their next drive. And the turnovers have really been the story here. Take you back through the high, or actually the lowlights in this one. Not a lot of positives when you have a 3-interception game under pressure all game long. The secondary feasting on his passes. Richardson will give it to Taylor. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll go again here with Taylor. Well, that looked like a pretty clear hold. The gain was 5, but let's check the call. Here's Taylor. Room past the 20. He's to the 40. And strong running there as they're finally able to bring him down.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
On the ground, it's Taylor. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple. It is 3rd and 10.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Off the play fake, it's Richardson. He's got a receiver, it's Addison. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Richardson. He's got his big tight end, Henry. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
And 4 at the 34-yard line.
From the gun, Richardson. To the left side into the hands of Olave. A gain of 16 on that pass play. 1st down, New England.
Points have certainly been hard to come by in this one today, Mike, but it seems like this drive has been what they've been searching for. A little bit of rhythm, the ability to sustain. Now they got to finish. Now they got to capitalize on these 1st downs and go finish with 6.
Unlock line, Bronco switch, check.
On the give, this is Taylor. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he will score. Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown, Patriots.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Darius Davis to return it. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense ready to get back to work. They'll begin with 1st and 10. On the ground, here's Dobbins. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Here's Herbert. This one finds McConkey. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. And before the snap, we have a whistle. And this could very well be a false start.
Offense.
A run with Dobbins. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Herbert. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. He'll look middle here, and there's Olave. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
Well, any fear they might have had that they'd come out of the halftime break flat has completely gone out the window. They're not content, Mike, here, just having the lead. They're looking to extend it. A couple more plays like that, they're going to find themselves in scoring territory here very quickly.
On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. To the middle of the field. Taken in by Addison.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and a yard. It's the tight end Henry in motion. On 2nd down, here's a run with Caleb. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
On first down, they'll stay with Taylor on the ground. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
At the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
They go right back to Taylor. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Got to get it to the 28, but now it's third down. Richardson. Open man, right side. He's got it. A gain of 17 to the 17-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Brings up second and 10. At the 17-yard line.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And the Patriots are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up second and goal. Come a little closer. Here's second and goal. Richardson going to look to throw. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Anthony Richardson. Touchdown, New England. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Davis now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with first and 10. Now it's Dobbins. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Putting the tight end in motion. Now it's Herbert. There is his tight end, Disley. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. Tight end on the move left. Herbert going to try to throw on third down. He's going to take a shot down the field. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 38 yards.
And it's the arm talent, Mike. It's on full display. His ability to step up in the pocket, get everything behind that ball, and throw a laser downfield. That's not a throw that all quarterbacks in the NFL are capable of making, and I think it was pretty good defense. Just turned out to be a better throw.
They'll give it to Dobbins. Now a flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4, but usually that's a holding penalty. Now Herbert. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down. Throwing again, Herbert. That is hard. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. They're sending Mason in motion. Here's a run. And he will score! Game on! J.K. Dobbins. Touchdown Chargers. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
The kick is good. Makes the score Patriots 17, Chargers 14.
So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. From the 6, here comes a return. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Fourth quarter, you find yourself protecting a one-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple-possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll stick with him again. He's got space inside the 25. A big play there on 2nd down, but we do have a flag on the field. That's in an area where usually this play gets erased. They'll try to run with their fullback. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Out of the shotgun, Richardson. And that is incomplete.
Richardson's pass.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And this is going to work out for them. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The visitors' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own edge. It's 1st and 10. And the defense quick to surround him there as he'll manage to get up only to about the 7. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Big play here. Crowd on their feet for 3rd and 4. He connects with Palmer on that one. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up fourth down. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. It's only a yard, but a big yard. 4th and 1. A run with Dobbins. And he picks up the first down here. But hold on, will it stand? There's a flag on the field. Here we go. This is 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Herbert. Now he'll air one out. He's got it. And he's out of bounds all the way up to midfield. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 42 yards.
Some teams just have a stronger appetite for being willing to go for fourth down tries, even on their side of the field, Mike, and we're seeing it so much more often. The days of just punting the ball back and forth and saying, hey, we're going to play good defense. Remember, the better your defense, that doesn't mean you should punt. The better your defense, the more chances you should take on offense.
Holding offense.
That's on the guard, Zion Johnson. Dobbins. And he'll get about 5. Now, on 2nd and long. They'll drop to throw. And he's got Palmer. It's complete. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. The open man is Johnston. He's got it. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
This one caught by the back out of the backfield. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining, and it's 1st and 10. Now Herbert again. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Here is 2nd and 7. Again, they'll throw with Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Herbert to the air again. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. So here is Cameron Dicker. Dicker, the kicker, in a big spot. This to potentially send us to overtime. This one is on target, and it is good. They have tied things up here in the final minute.
And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. 4th quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. This game level following the made field goal. So they need to put something together here. It begins with 1st and 10. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here comes 2nd down. On play action, Richardson. Now he'll run. So, overtime coming up, not a playoff game, so a quick reminder of the rules. Each team gets one possession unless the opening possession is a touchdown. Then it's game over. Any defensive score ends the game. Each team gets a couple of timeouts, and all replays come from upstairs. If the first OT ends in a tie, so does the game. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. He'll start at the 4. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Patriots offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll put Addison in motion. Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. He'll tuck it and take off. Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
1st and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. He'll be brought down after a short pickup to the 45. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Roll, check, Panther.
Handoff here, up the middle, and he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
They'll put Addison in motion. Now a 1st throw here in overtime. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the 1st down.
Still 1st down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. From the gun, Richardson. He's found his receiver, Boutte. And they have the 1st down. So they get the completion on 1st and 5. And now they'll set up 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Richardson. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. The motion man here is Mitchell. A 2nd down throw for Richardson. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
Just another example of poor decision-making. I mean, making a bad play even worse. There's nothing there on 2nd down. Just throw the ball into the stands and move on to 3rd. Now you take that sack, and it's going to take a miracle to stay on the field.
And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. It's going to bring up 4th down. So Jake Moody on in this big situation. This to get a leg up in the OT. This kick is good. He knocks it through. And they get the upper hand as they take the lead to start overtime. So the opening drive of overtime yields 3. Can the opponents respond? They receive the kickoff now. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Chargers offense ready for this next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides. This drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And this defense having nothing of that. They get him down behind the line.
When you come across on a jet sweep, Mike, you're hoping once you get the ball, all you see is green grass and open space. Well, in this case, he had a lot of unhappy defenders waiting for him, and they're able to put him down behind the line.
Quentin Johnston, the man he was looking for on that one. And it's going to bring up 3rd down. From the gun, it's Herbert. He'll try to run for it. And he will have a 1st down, but I don't think that's going to stand. They're already heading backwards. The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. Shotgun now for Herbert. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play a man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
So it's a win for the Patriots. This was a close-fought game. They were able to get themselves into field goal range here at OT. The final kick sailed through the uprights to finally close out this victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Patriots winners at home as we say so long from Foxborough.